Hey there folks. So in this video we're going to look at how we can use the density we've been creating from distance nodes or just density in general in order to control the actual size of points that we're going to be putting into our PCG. So this is a very quick demo. What you can see here is I've got a demo that I've been working on previously. I've got these actor buildings that are creating a point, and then I'm using the create points grid to create and copy those points around. There's a whole bunch of editing that goes on in terms of randomizing them, removing overlaps, removing any where the building is, projecting them down onto the landscape. And the last thing that I've done is this distance node here. So this distance node, it's basically letting me know how far away are each of these points from the target. The target is the building actor in the middle. And I'm using this here to output a density value for me. So that density value is what's determining this going from like the white when it's further away to black when it's up close. Okay, so what we're going to look at is we're going to look at something called scale by density. We're going to use this density value as a multiplier for our scale, or at least use it as a control for how big things should be when they're close or when they're far away. Now, if I go and type in scale, I'm not going to be able to find scale by density. I can find apply scale to bounds, but not the one I'm looking for. And that's because we need to, as usual, if we can't find the node, use the execute blueprint and look in the blueprint element list for this. So if I type in scale, there you can see there is a scale by density. I'm going to plug this in. I'm just going to turn off the debug on this, and watch what happens when I turn on the debug. Everything goes. Why does everything go? Well, that's because our scale minimum and our scale maximum by default in here are set to 0 rather than 1, which would be very lovely to have. They're set by 0, which means if we multiply our scale by 0, it goes to 0. They disappear. So the first step I always do is just multiply minimum and maximum by 1, just so I can get back to where I was before. Yeah, if I go and have a look at the difference between these two, there is no difference because I'm keeping it multiplied by 1. But now we can start looking at how we can use this as a multiplier based on the distance, because obviously the distance here is being set at the density. Based on the distance they are away from this point here. Now scale minimum is going to be like on the minimum distance, on the minimum density. Think about our density as a 0 through to 1, minimum being the black, the minimum values, maximum being white up to the maximum value. And here I could say, what if this was 2? And then you can see obviously at the middle where they're really close, they're now at a scale multiplier of 2. And when they're further away, they're at 1. And it actually creates a fall off through all these density fall off values where it goes from our 0 through to 1 and goes between the scales 2 down to 1. So something in the middle is going to be multiplied by something around 1.5, 1.6. I could go further and I could say, let's make this a really small value when they're far away. And you can see here how these now become really small little objects. Useful for, examples we've looked at previously where one big rock might have lots of kind of large rocks or medium rocks around it, and the smaller rocks have scattered and been pushed further away by wind and erosion, stuff like that. So useful things to do. You can go to 0, but I wouldn't recommend going to 0. It's very unlikely that you're going to have a complete fade off, and you don't want some of your points to end up being white and 1 but then being removed completely. You can see even if I go to 0.1, there are some points here that need to be controlled, so I keep this on just a little bit of a minimal value so I can have something appearing here. And you can see I've used this on a whole bunch of different options. So over here, I've used it for scattering a whole bunch of rocks around the larger rocks. And you can see these pebbles here, they're quite large when they're up close. And then as they get further away, they're going to get smaller and smaller. I've used it here when we look at grass. So you can see the grass that's in the middle is much larger with a higher scale by density. And as it gets further away, these little tiny tufts of grass are the ones that are spreading further out. We don't have to do it based on distance. I know that I'm doing it by distance here, but I also have just a quick debug inside of here, which is this surface sampler. So you can see the surface sampler, I basically just took the landscape data and created a whole bunch of points, very small points, but a whole bunch of points all over our map. And I could take that and use it for randomized spawning. So this is a random noise density that's being applied. Well, if I go with an execute blueprint, plug that in there, let's debug and run it and tell it to be scale, so scale by density, and turn this off. Obviously they'll all disappear because it's multiplied by 0, but if I set it to 1, Now I can say, well, any of the black ones, let's make them larger. Any of the white ones, let's make them just a little bit smaller. And you can see now how I've used that density value to add some variation into my scaling. And it's not just randomized scaling that's being applied like inside of the transform points. This is scaling that is determined by that specific filtered value. So I can now go in and I could use the density filter and get just the black ones or just the white ones, and obviously I'll know that those ones are larger or smaller, whatever it's going to be. Okay, so a very useful node, scale by density. Use that density value that you've got, use that density value that I've applied, and use it to control how big your objects are going to be. Combine it with a distance node, and you can make it so that things that are closer or further away are going to increase or decrease in size. And think about natural, like usual kind of things in the real world, for where that would be, whether it's rocks that get smaller as they get further away from the larger ones, or even trees as they get further away from the kind of the middle and they get to the edge of the forest, maybe they're going to be smaller as well. So we can use this distance, use this scale by density for quite a lot of things. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to access more of my Unreal Engine content.